Hello YouTube, this is Sister Girl coming to you today with another book review. And this is book review number 16. And in my book challenge, I think it's number 15. I think. But anyway, this is with an advanced read. And I put the cover on the beginning of the video because this cover did not do it justice. Okay, but this is the advanced copy that I got. And I really enjoyed this advanced copy. So, and I hope you enjoyed the review I'm about to give you. Alright, this book takes place in the part of Virginia with the character Lana, the main character that finds herself in the mix with her old BF friend, Sydney, from high school. It has been some years since the last time they've seen each other, and it wasn't on good terms. So when Lana runs into her at this store that she has an interview with, Sydney works there. And when she's seen her, Lana's mouth just drops open, and she really thought her eyes was playing tricks on her until her BF opens up her mouth and let the stupidity come flying out. Child. She had the nerve to ask her, "How is my blood sister doing?" Now, I remind you what a blood sister is. They was over to Sydney's house when they was little, and Sydney cut herself and Nana cut herself, and they put their wrists together, and they became blood sisters. I never done it before, but what the book said they did. All right. Okay, all the time Lana wanted to tell her, "Go to hell." But she stood there and just listened to her ramble off until she took a breath and then had nerves to ask her, did she want to go to lunch? No was on the tip of Lana's tongue, but instead, yes came flying out. And as Lana was walking out the door, she was kicking herself in the butt. All the way to the car. When she got in the car, she was kicking her butt. And was asking herself, why? Why did I set myself up for this? She did me wrong in high school. We're grown now. Then she thought about it. What do I got to be afraid of? Then she had flashbacks of what happened. So Lana, I'll give you a little background on Lana. Lana, she still stays with her mother, Star. And her mother is agoraphobia. So she's afraid of crowds and public places and open areas. So this gives Lana not too much of an open door policy for her to be socializing with different people and bringing them over because of her mother's status. But this has been going on for years, and Lana is used to it now and used to Star ways of life. Lana has a special talent, and is painting. She paints murals on canvases, and she could just look at different pictures and different things and just paint it on a different canvas, and they just come out so pretty. And her talent had taken her so far, and it takes care of her and her mother. By being in the state that her mother in, it really comes handy because she's not able to leave her for too long. Just as an outsider looking in, they world and the way Star is would become very complicated for someone to deal with. I probably wouldn't be, just by me reading, I wouldn't be able to deal with that. For years, though, Star has believed in a higher power and is in a deck of cards. She makes money, Star makes money by reading cards. people come to her and she reads the different cards off and things like that. So when Lana makes it back home from the store and tells her mother, Mama, I ran into this, to my old friend, my BF friend, Sydney. Star tells her to go get these cards and sit down because it's trouble ahead, just due to the fact that the name Sydney is around once again. So Lana takes everything Star says in consideration, although she's not too keen on the cards. She's not too keen on them. But she still give her respect of what she believes in. As Star is giving her the fair warning, Lana is making up a lie of lies to tell Sydney at the luncheon, because maybe you can already figure out why she's going to tell her these. She's making up a whole nother life that don't even exist to impress Miss Sydney. Okay, all this time Lana has in her head that Sydney is all that and a bowl of Cheerios, but it turns out that Sydney is not all that after all the years that had passed by. Compared to Sydney's life, Lana was sitting pretty and was very happy, and Sydney was the one very unhappy. True, Sydney had married her high school sweetheart, but was miserable with the baby. As they was talking, Sydney laid some heavy news on Lana about the abuse of the hand of her husband and what her and her baby was going through. Sydney worked her way back into Lana's life by telling her this and convinces her to take her baby until she was able to get rid of her husband, Derek. It sounded very easy until Lana turned on the television to see Sydney on the news telling the whole world that her baby has been kidnapped. That's where everything hit the fan. I had to put the book down. I had to close it. Woo. When Lana finds out the burns was on Jacqueline's little body, she goes into hiding with her, and on her journey, she meets this guy named Alex. Lana finds herself falling for him, but in the back of her mind, she keeps telling herself she can't trust anyone, not even him, because she is not who she is acting to be, I should say. But the funny part is, she's not the only one hiding something. Alex is holding back a whole lot of information on who he really is. Okay, this book is very, very predictable. As the story is told and is put in on a stage of Lifetime television of a story you have seen played over and over again. Now, what I just told y'all, you know it been on somebody's Lifetime television. Stop playing. I know on a Sunday, I used to watch Lifetime all the time. But I have to give the author credit for writing this story about Lana that unfolds with grace, portrayal, drama, and love. It do. But I give this book 3 stars because I liked it, although it was very predictable. But I'm not going to say it was all the way predictable. Just it was predictable up to the part almost at the end, and then where Alex comes out and different things just comes out about him. And about Sydney, more things came out about Sydney. So it was predictable up until that point. I thought almost about the end, maybe about, because the book itself was like 343. So maybe I say about when it got to page 200 or something, then it wasn't as predictable because you things was like really like unfolding and everything was coming out. Okay, I rate this book PG-14, although it's not a YA. This is not a YA. Okay, but a 14-year-old can read this book. It's a clean slate. All right, happy reading and happy St. Patrick's Day. And I will see you next time. Toodaloo.